Alright, yesterday, so I tore up all this OSB and all this old flooring. It was pretty nasty and pretty old. So now I'm going to put in the plywood and then start doing the kitchen. I do have a little dip right here on this corner. I'm just going to kind of just probably put a shim, and I'm going to have to come around this corner to keep that dip down. I've always seen this dip in this house. It's like a little dip there, but it's not too bad. I'm going to kind of just leave it, but I'm just going to lift this corner up, come around and come into the bathroom. That way it's not as bad and not as noticeable. But other than that, the floor is pretty good. The rest of the ply should go down pretty good. Alright, I got probably one more sheet. Well, I'm probably going to stagger this one, put this one this way, and then put the piece that way. Probably should have started my sheets this way, but of course it was easier to start it that way, so I started it that way. But it's still not going to hurt nothing. Everything is smooth, it lines up, so it's not going to hurt nothing. So put this sheet in, put the next sheet in. If this will fit in here without no problems. I always cut my plywood loose, so there isn't no problems, but it seems like that should be okay. Maybe not. Yeah, damn it. What's stopping it here? Oh, it's that. I see it. Old piece of tile is what's stopping it. Or metal. Alright. Kind of scratched the wall up, but I'm gonna put base trim. They still gotta paint anyway, so should be okay. But I would always say, whenever you put plywood in, or you're putting plywood in, and you're cutting pieces, always make it smaller. There's no reason to make it this big. I made this actually too big. It's going to get covered up with trim, plus the tile's going to go on top. Trim's going to cover all that edge up, so it doesn't really have to be that tight. The only spot it needs to be tight is up against each other. And actually, this plywood says on it, put it an 1/8 apart, but I'm thinking that's for walls. If you put it 8 inches apart, or 1/8 of an inch apart, and they want you to use clips, but that's more than likely for a roof. It's not for a floor. But if plywood is up against each other like that, it's really tight, you can get squeak with it, but that's what glue's for. When I'm not gluing this floor down, I probably could have put glue down, but it's old flooring underneath here. I'll probably shoot some screws in each stud or each joist to stop any squeaking, but it should be good. I don't really have squeaking involved unless it's like a new house. You got new joists in and you're putting new ply down and you're shooting it with nails with no glue, you're gonna get squeaking. If it's a new house, new joist, you gotta glue it. It has to be glued. This stuff I don't want to put glue on top of it. Most likely it's not gonna stick. So, but it will work. Alright, so this is the piece that I have. I still gotta get these measurements to get this all in this hallway. I hate these hallways like this. You're going around a bunch of case trim and base trim and doors and openings. It's kind of shitty, but still gotta do it. And the piece still might not fit, even though I get it all right. I may have to cut the piece in half to get it to fit. But first I'm gonna try without doing that, so. Alright, I'm thinking I have to cut this in half or somewhere because it's just not going to stick in there and then stick in there. I need to kind of like push it in, so I'm going to kind of have to cut it in half. I probably should just cut it here because this should go in. That still might even be a problem. I may have to half it here. I'm just going to cut it half here to make sure, to ensure that it fits. So. Alright, I got all these pieces in. I had to do it all in pieces. It's kind of stupid. It'd be nice to just put it in one piece, but you're doing it in rooms and it just doesn't work that way. So I got one more piece to do and I can start doing this kitchen.